Good Sunday morning. It's January the 5th. Michael Walsh and Roger Norgel here, Norwal Farm. We're in the midst of the cold weather snap. Fortunately for us, we're far enough north here in Wisconsin that we're not getting the major snow that the midsection of the country is. Hopefully everybody is safe and sound down there and they stay safe and weather the storm well. It was 5 degrees this morning. It's 17 degrees here in the barn. We're starting morning chores, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, ring the notification bell of any new videos, and hit the like button. That helps our channel. If you would please leave us a comment and share this video with a friend. So we're going to get started. We got to give the ewes here in the barn extra bedding today. They're getting down a little bit. We're going to use this old hay, dry hay up here for bedding. They eat some of it, but primarily we're using it for bedding. And then we have to do bedding down at the run ends and do all the feeding down there. The livestock is actually tolerating the cold weather pretty well. These ewes are due to start lambing on the 23rd. So that's about two and a half weeks. So we've got this ewe over here. She's the one that I think, well, I know she did. She was pregnant, but I think she slipped her pregnancy. But she was serviced again in October. So this coming Tuesday, day after tomorrow, we're going to have her ultrasounded. And then the ewe lambs that we bred earlier this fall, we're going to ultrasound those, see which ones are pregnant, which ones aren't. So we're going to get started with our chores now. We spread all that hay in here, and they're nibbling a little bit of it, but like I said, it's old grass hay. It's last year's, but it's just grass hay. It's not that good of hay. It'd be good for horses, but so they'll nibble on it, but good layer of bedding in here. We'll have to get some more bedding for the rams, and we're gonna feed everybody. I put their food out on the ground yesterday. We'll probably do the same thing today because it's so cold with the wind. They have to kind of work to pull it through the hay feeder, but they clean it up on the ground out there pretty well. So we're going to put it out on the ground for them again today. Good thing about the cold weather is the ground is frozen. So where the sheep are and the goats, it's dry footing. So and they can tolerate the cold pretty well. I mean, they were running around playing this morning. It was 5 degrees above zero, so they can tolerate the cold. Like I said, we're going to put the hay on the ground. They can get to it better, and it's warmer because it's kind of wind kind of cuts around the building up there where the feeders are, so it's warmer for them, and they eat it better. And they leave a little residual, but that'll act as mulch in the spring, keep weeds down. The grass will come up through it. And also they can lay on it. It's a dry bed for them. So we'll get this loaded up here. And Roger's out there in the paddock. He's going to spread the slices out. Just spread them apart. Probably 5 or 6 piles so they can have plenty of room to eat. The other thing, in this really cold weather, you can see the moisture there. That's ice. So the moisture in the baleage actually freezes. So with this moist hay, it will freeze together. And that's another reason we take it out of the, don't put it in the hay feeder, because when it's frozen, it's hard for them to pull the hay out. So these strings, Roger will have to pull that out once it's dumped out there because that's all frozen together. Just fed the ewes their grain, and they're getting conditioned to it. They heard the grain hit the trough, and they came in running in from the lot where they were eating the hay. They're getting about 1.5 pounds a day to support their continued body growth. And then those that are in lamb, it also helps support the fetal growth as well. The ones that are pregnant, we're going to ultrasound on Tuesday, and then when they get about 4 weeks away from lambing, we'll sort those off and probably increase their grain up to about 2 pounds a day. But cold weather, they love it. The dogs love it. I tried taking Callum's dangle board off yesterday, and within 5 minutes he started chasing the sheep. So put it back on, and they can get around, they can get in their feeding station, but they don't run and chase the sheep. So it's just a phase he's going through, and we'll try him periodically. I'm going to leave it on another couple weeks probably, and then we'll try him again, see how he does. But he's a good dog. He's just a puppy. He just turned 1 year old, so he just has to get through this adolescent phase and figure out that the sheep are not playthings. It's time for monthly heartworm flea and tick protection. Wouldn't be fleas and ticks this time of year, but or probably mosquitoes, but also it protects against roundworms and hookworms, intestinal parasites. So anyway, we found the easiest way to give it is, if there is an easy way, mix it in some canned dog food, because the puppies, with this particular product, even the bigger dogs, they don't like it. It's a very hard tablet, and so we just pulverize it. I use a hammer just to crunch it up, and then we mix it in with their food. Give them a generous portion of canned food, and they generally eat it right down. It makes it a positive experience for them rather than a negative one where we have to catch them and cram it down their throat. This just makes a really nice treat for them. Champagne over there, and she's very suspicious. I'm not used to eating out of a bowl, so we just have to drop it and walk away, and then they'll eat it. Like Garrett, if you try to walk up to it and give it to them, they walk away from you. So we gave Charm a full can because she's usually the fastest eater. Champagne's not sure what to think about the bowl. He's eating part of it, so. We need to start bringing out canned food more often instead of just once a month, and they'll get used to looking for it. And, she's going to go back, I think, maybe, and check out her pan. She didn't finish all of it. There she goes. And it's no big deal if she doesn't need it this month. And it's a safe product. If the other dogs eat it, it's not going to overdose them.
Did you like your treat?
She just doesn't know what to do.
Did you like your treat?
She wants it, but she's suspicious of the bowl. There she goes. They grew up on a self-feeder, and they're just not used to bowls. There, she's eating it now. That's good. Which she's hungry enough. Yeah, it's a cold day, so she's just afraid of the ball. It's something different.
You finished yours. Yes, you did.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now her mom, Lily, you give her food in a bowl and she'd dump it over and bury it. Dump it on the ground for her, she'd eat it. So Charms decided to carry her bowl off. She thinks it's a pretty good deal. But she'll go up and probably chase Champagne away from her food because she's higher ranking, but maybe not. She decided the bowl's a pretty good thing to chew on. It's plastic. But that'll keep her occupied while Champagne finishes her food. Let's see what they do here. Champagne, just finish your food. You gotta circle it, make sure it's dead. Here she goes. We'll have to remember that with Charm to give her the plastic bowl, and that way when she's done she'll chew on it and leave the other dogs alone.
Yeah. Oh, here comes a visitor.
You want some dog food? Huh? I hope you're gonna go get a drink of water, I think. Yeah.
Good boy.
All right. She did pretty well.
Good girl.
Just a few potatoes left, so that was good. In this single-digit weather, this floating heater, sometimes this end of that tank freezes, which you can see the chunks of ice there. It kind of floats down to the other end, so it doesn't keep it as warm as what those submersibles do. But we broke the ice out, and they weren't super thirsty. In cold weather, they need water to aid in digestion because the rumen's a fermentation vat, and they eat all that dry matter. So they drink quite a bit of water in the cold weather as well. You'd think they wouldn't need as much in cold weather, but they do. They need it for digestion. Last shed that we have to bed, Roger's putting the hay in. He got the other side done already. We did that first, and then just put a little bit here. Keep it dry and keep it warm. And the goats seem to eat more of this than what the sheep do. And they're browsers rather than grazers, so they like some of that coarser type forage, which is fine. Doesn't matter. But that new shed's working really well. It blocks the wind, keeps them dry, and the sun shines in there. So I would say on a day like today, it's probably 20 degrees warmer in there out of the wind and in the sun. And it's funny though, because the dogs will lay outside. You can see them right through the tractor loader there. They're all three laying there. And they're down over the hill, so that breaks the wind, and they love being outside. They have a nice thick coat, and they like this kind of weather. Got the shed all bedded, and you can see the goats eat a little bit of that dry hay, which is fine. But we actually put some of the good baleage there, and they're digging down and eating that. So does are due to have their kids in about probably about 6-7 weeks. So their bellies are starting to grow. They're starting to show pretty good. So hopefully we won't have as many triplets as last year. We had 9 does and 6 of them had triplets, and that results in bottle babies. But it would be nice if everybody just had 2. That's our hope. But we'll see how they do, and we'll take care of whatever we got. So thanks again for joining us at Norwal Farm, and we wish everybody a very prosperous new year.